And we're talking next with Josh Krug from the Office of Planning and Development, David Janusek from Blairsville Interests All. He's got a lot of irons in the fire, does David. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you both?
Great, Todd. Thanks for having us on.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Josh.
It's good to have good to have you both with us here today as we converse about the Murphy Building lot project, which seems to have been on the table for a long time. But there's a big step about to be taken. David Janusek, why don't we start with you and tell us what's going to be happening on Wednesday?
Sure. Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. As normal, we will be conducting a Zoom public meeting. And this is a big step. This is when we're going to talk a lot about what the recommendations for the next step will be. So this is a culmination of, oh my gosh, quite, as you mentioned, quite a few months, a couple of surveys, quite a few meetings, and a lot of guidance from the Indiana County Office of Planning and Development. So we've got a report to reveal, I guess, Wednesday night to kind of say what's the next steps, what's the Murphy lot going to look like over the next 6 months, and then over the next 6 years, and then beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh Krug, of course, you in the Office of Planning and Development and so many other interests have been involved in this process right from the start. I think it was really important to understand that this is an opportunity for Blairsville to sort of reshape that particular area and come up with a brand new vision that really looks forward, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, our scope included ultimately creating or developing with the community input through our planning process, both a short-term vision, 1 to 3 years, and a long-term vision, 3 to 10 years, which fits in with what David was saying there. And the report, along the lines with what you were saying there, Todd, the report is entitled the Murphy Lot Visioning Project Summary and Recommendations Report. But there's a subtitle that goes looking forward to small town revitalization. So that you really hit the nail on the head there, Todd. I mean, this is one lot, 80 by 150 feet roughly, but it's in downtown Blairsville, and there's so much that can be done with it in the hands of a group that's going to provide use, to the public on so many levels in both the short term and the long term. So it's really been exciting, and this is a big milestone to be where we're currently at, which is, at the end of our planning process and looking forward to implementation.
David, how is this such a key part of the future of Blairsville? There are so many different ideas that have been examined and explored, and this particular one, this particular vision is the one that will be unveiled on Wednesday. How is it that this is viewed as such an important part of Blairsville's future?
Well, it is an important part, and I kind of want to reiterate a little bit of what Josh said. This lot is centrally located right on Stewart and Market Street in downtown Blairsville. Several months ago, we got, into this changing a space into a place. And when we started to focus on that as kind of our mantra, you can have a space in a downtown, but we're looking to make this into a place where families will gather, a place where, individuals will gather. And it's centrally located right in that business district. We can get people into that place. Our hopes are that those people will patronize more of the businesses, patronize more of Blairsville's downtown. So it really is just a lot, and it's a space, but we want to make that into a place for memories, a place for gatherings, and kind of a central focus of our downtown once again.
Well, the interesting thing to me about it all is that if it's just Blairsville and it's only people within Blairsville that know about it, then it really isn't reaching its full potential. So in addition to what the lot will look like and how it will appear over the next 6 years, and then what the long-term future of it is, there's also the idea that you really have to market it and make sure that people know about it, and not only it, but the entire downtown area. Is that correct?
That is correct, Todd. It's interesting because we do look at this, and that's whenever we started to partner with Indiana County Office of Planning and Development, because it's a regional attraction. I've said, many times that I see personally Blairsville as the gateway to Indiana County. We're the first exit once you get off of 22 in out of Westmoreland County. So it is, how can we regionally draw people into Blairsville? We've got a lot of great businesses right now in downtown that people come to from even outside of Blairsville to take part in some one-of-a-kind offerings that are there. This lot we want to see, you're right, getting the county involved. They've been a great help. They've been great guidance. And it is something we want to see regionally to bring people in from not only Indiana County, but as I mentioned, right across the Conemaugh River from Westmoreland County.
Josh Krug with the Office of Planning and Development. Josh, for years people have been talking about the development of the downtown Blairsville area and the area surrounding it. There's been the concept of the pedestrian bridge, and we wonder about the future of it and the connectivity of the trails, the Hoodletown, the Ghost Town, the West Penn, all of these different issues. That's a county-wide regional thing, and that's where your office comes in.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, Blairsville, is one of the largest towns objectively in Indiana County. Historically, it's been, and it's at the epicenter, as you alluded to. It's at the epicenter of a lot of regional trail networks. Also, the water trail on the Conemaugh River. All the things that currently exist and have been developed in even just the last 10 years with the Veterans Park and the Blairsville Riverfront Trail, the revitalization of the downtown, with the streetscape project, and there's just been so much that's already going on. So one of the goals of this project was to augment all of those efforts and be a supplement to the downtown and to all the good things that Blairsville currently has to offer and is looking forward to. So it really is going to be a kind of keystone in the structure that is downtown Blairsville and all that it has to offer regionally. And for Indiana County. So it was a great opportunity for us, to provide technical assistance, and we look forward to, this work, not just in Blairsville, but in other places in Indiana County, through our partnerships with all the municipalities and the community-based organizations like the BCDA.
So the meeting coming up on Wednesday at 6 p.m., where are people going to find the link so they can attend virtually, and what are they going to see?
Easiest way for me to describe would go to icopd.org. That's our planning office website. And there's actually a link on the main page to the Murphy Lot project. You can find the information there on that webpage. Also on Facebook, Blairsville Murphy Lot. And those are both important to keep in mind currently, and if you can't make this meeting, for the future as well, because we plan to utilize both of those platforms, in the future for project development and updates, and to keep people plugged in and involved in the project as the project develops and implementation begins to occur.
Mm-hmm. David, what are people going to see on Wednesday when they open up the site?
Hopefully, they're going to see what the future of that lot's going to look like. This is a recommendation. There's a lot, like I said, this was done not in a vacuum. As I think we mentioned, there were 2 public surveys, so it was, to people throughout the region, what do you want to see? So I'm hoping that some people will come on to that sort of Zoom meeting and see some familiar ideas that they plugged in, months ago. One other thing I did want to add also that Josh I did mention is that literally if you go to the lot, there's a QR code right on a couple of signs. So you just swipe your phone in front of that QR code. That will also take you. We will. Our plans are to leave those QR codes up on the lot so that as we move forward, people can kind of stay attuned. But to answer your question, I'm hoping that some people see some things that are familiar, and I hope some people see some recommendations, like I said, through the guidance of the planning department that makes people think, wow, what can really happen here in downtown Blairsville? So, it's exciting. A lot of good stuff happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Josh, I mentioned it a couple of moments ago, the pedestrian bridge. Is that project still on track, or is that something that is sort of taken a back seat for now?
Well, I can't. I don't know that I can comment on the exact status of it, but I know that that we're hopeful that project can move forward, and I know that the county commissioners are considering all the options currently to deliver that project. But it's I would say it's currently slated for construction and it is prepared for that, but there's some obstacles still, I think, in the way of that, programmatically and functionally. So we'll have to see how things pan out, but we're excited at a staff level, and hopeful that things will work out the right way.
Well, it is part of a whole regional plan for downtown Blairsville with this Murphy's Lot plan and how that will eventually work itself out, and all of the other economic development down in that area. And it's good to see it happening in Blairsville. That it's such a great part of Indiana County, and everything needs spruced up from time to time, and they're doing it in Blairsville.
Oh, absolutely, and to that end, there currently is a project that's under development and will be constructed hopefully this year, which is along the Hoodlebug Trail, the very last segment of it, the Mile Hill section, which ends at Cornell Road. That's going to be resurfaced and actually redone and improved through a grant with the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission and partnering with the Indiana County Parks and Trails and our office. We were able to get that grant. So, it is exciting, and then that would certainly complement the bridge project, which is part of the regional vision, as you mentioned. So good project, and it would complement all this work that we're doing with the Murphy Lot as well.
David Janusek and Josh Krug joining us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Gentlemen, thanks so much.
Thank you,
sir.
Have a great day today.
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Wednesday, 6. We'll give the information again, the Zoom link, Indiana County Office of Planning and Development. That's icopd.org. And the link is right there. Gentlemen, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.